Senator, you've served in Congress and then the Senate, and you've served through a number of different administrations with different presidents. And I've covered a number of shutdowns. I've never seen a president during a shutdown kind of gloating about the ability to punish people or to take stuff away from people in states that didn't vote for him. Have you seen that before?
No, of course we haven't. You know, Chris, we are living in an unprecedentedly dangerous moment. Maybe the worst crisis in America, literally, since the Civil War. You have a president who is acting unconstitutionally and illegally. Guess what? These projects have been appropriated.
Yes.
They were signed by a president. It is illegal to rescind them. And then basically to say to people in Vermont, in New York, in California, oh, you didn't vote for Donald Trump? Well, we're going to take away funding that was supposed to go to your state. Illegal, outrageous, unconstitutional.
Yes, let me just follow up on that. I'm glad you made this point. Two things about that. One is, it's just so obviously preposterous that if you think of the Constitution and the power of the purse, right? The Article 1, the Congress is the power of the purse, that in a situation in which Congress fails to give money to the federal government, that somehow the executive gets more powerful? Like, that can't possibly be the case. That seems backward. And the second thing is, you represent Republicans in Vermont, and I would say of all the politicians I've interviewed in my life, the vast majority, Democrat, Republican, Independent, genuinely care about all their constituents, genuinely want to see them thrive. It is so weird to approach it this way.
Well, you got a president who was acting in an unprecedented way, who is a megalomaniac, who wants more and more power for himself and his oligarchic friends. And I want everybody to understand that, at least for me, and I think for many others in the Congress, one of the key aspects of this whole shutdown debate is that what Senate rules are about is Republicans need 60 votes. That's been going on for decades. And when you need 60 votes, the point of that is bipartisanship, negotiation. All right, you need 8 Democratic votes. Okay, how do we work together to keep the government open? Republicans, for the first time in modern history, have chosen not to negotiate. They are saying it is their way or the highway.
Right.
And that is not acceptable. And I want everybody to understand that if we do not make changes and fight back effectively, you're going to see 15 million Americans lose their health insurance through the cuts in Medicaid and the ACA. According to studies, 50,000 Americans die each year. That's what's at stake. People all over this country are already paying the highest prices in the world for health care. Guess what? 24 million Americans are going to see a doubling in their health care premiums. I cannot allow that to happen to Vermont or to this country. I ain't going to vote for that proposal.
So just to be clear here, because I had AOC on the other night, you guys did that video together. I mean, the big sort of negotiating point Democrats are saying is, look, these subsidies are about to run out. People's premiums are going to spike. It's going to be a disaster. Let's come to some agreement on extending them, and we'll vote them and do a bipartisan negotiation. Like, that remains the demand, right? Let's come to an agreement on this.
Yeah. The demand is that we don't double premiums for 24 million Americans. That's the Kaiser Family Foundation study just came out the other day. And throw 15 million people off health insurance. Let me say it again, Chris. You know, the media, we get, Democrats, Republicans, everyone's attacking themselves. The studies suggest 50,000 Americans will die unnecessarily if we don't stop this.
So Vance basically, I mean, my understanding of their position is, we don't need you, screw you, we don't want to do this, we're also happy to do it. Are there conversations happening? There was this sort of big gaggle on the floor yesterday among senators. I mean, I know the House Freedom Caucus doesn't like this. Republicans hate the ACA. Steve Daines was on the record saying, I don't like these subsidies to keep premiums down. But it seems like you could maybe find enough votes to do it, maybe.
Our job is to make it very difficult for Republicans to go back to their districts and explain to their constituents why their premiums, which are today unaffordable, are going to double. And let me be very clear. I am not a great fan of the Affordable Care Act. I believe in Medicare for all. I think that health care is a human right. But I will be damned if I'm going to see people in Vermont and around this country see a doubling in their premiums when people today can't afford housing, they can't afford health care, they can't afford child care. We can't allow that to happen.
The cost of things has been such a front of mind issue in every poll we've seen now for the last 3 or 4 years, I would say. The president ran on a promise to reduce prices on day one. He said they were going to go down. Not just they weren't going to get higher slower, they're going to go down. It just seems like that has not happened. And do you feel like when you talk to the people you represent in your state, they feel like it doesn't happen?
Absolutely.
Is that the number one thing you hear from people still here in 2025?
Like the issue of affordability. People are going to the grocery store. They want decent quality food for their kids. They can't afford it. I will tell you that in Vermont and in many parts of this country, the cost of housing is now insane. It's off the charts. You got 20 million households spending 50% of their income or more in housing. You want to send your kid to college? Good luck.
Yeah.
Child care, unaffordable. So the answer is yes. The issue of affordability is a major issue for people all over this country.
I guess the question is, they think eventually the pain will be too much for Senate Democrats to bear, and 8 or so people will come together and vote to reopen the government, because while those insurance premiums doubling is a huge problem, there's going to be real pain from the shutdown, and they seem to be relishing it. And the kind of bet here is you guys care more about that pain than we do. What do you think of that?
Well, I will tell you, Chris, I am a politician. If I'm a Republican, man, I do not want to go home to my district and explain to people why I am allowing huge numbers of people in their own congressional districts, in their states, to lose their health care. How do you survive if you don't have any health care? And to see premiums double. So yes, you're right. Nobody, sane person, wants to see a shutdown. The shutdown is hurting federal employees, people all over the country. That is true. But I will tell you, if I'm a Republican, and you notice they don't talk about this issue. What they say is, it is only the undocumented workers.
Yeah, right,
Obviously, a total lie. Undocumented people are ineligible for Medicaid, Medicare, the Affordable Care Act. So they lie. But I think that lie tells you what they don't want to deal with. They don't want to go home and explain to their constituents why premiums are doubling.